Today we are talking about how 7 normal boys from South Korea became BTS. Before all the fame, the awards, and the fandom that exists in almost every country on earth, there were simply 7 boys. 7 completely different lives. And here's a fun fact, most of them didn't even join the company to become K-pop idols. Somehow their paths crossed, their stories connected, and a small company that was struggling financially would eventually become the part of Big Four. Today, HYBE stands alongside the giants of the industry, SM, JYP and YG, but none of that existed back then because BTS didn't start with 7 members. It started with 1, Kim Namjoon. When BigHit signed Namjoon, BTS didn't exist yet. There was only an idea.
Who is BTS brother? Yes, brother.
Hitman Bang Rap Dance 노래로 상대방의 기선을 제압해.
Hitman Bang Rap Dance 노래로 상대방의 기선을 제압해.
Bang Si-hyuk, Bang PD, Hitman Bang, whatever you like calling him, he saw something special in a teenager from the underground rap scene. So special that he decided to build an entire group around him. That project was called BPB, Bulletproof Boys. But here's something many newer ARMY don't know. The earliest version of BTS wasn't an idol group. There were no plans of powerful vocals, synchronized choreography, no plans for the BTS we know today. BTS is basically a hip-hop crew, raw rap, lyricism, underground influence. Alongside RM were underground rappers Supreme Boy and Iron. And if you have ever looked at BTS album credits, you have probably seen Supreme Boy's name before. We'll come back to him later. Now, for a while it genuinely looked that this version of BTS would debut, but as the BigHit kept searching for members, the company's vision slowly started changing. They wanted something bigger, something that could combine rap, vocals, performance, storytelling, and stage. Eventually, Iron and Supreme Boy would no longer be part of BTS' future lineup. Meanwhile, Supreme Boy stayed with the company and helped BTS shape music behind the scenes. That's why his name still appears in so many BTS music credits. But while all this was happening in Seoul, another teenager was making music hundreds of kilometers away in Daegu. His name was Yoongi. Before the world knew him as SUGA, he was known as Glass.
Hey, Daegu.
It's the literal translation of his name Yoongi, which means shine or glass. A rapper, producer and songwriter, unlike many teenagers of his age, Yoongi wasn't just listening to music, he was creating it, writing lyrics, making beats and performing in the underground scene. So when he first entered the company, becoming an idol wasn't really the goal. He wanted to do rap and simply produce music. But while RM and SUGA were slowly becoming the foundation of BigHit's future group, another future BTS member was making a name for himself in a completely different world: dance.
I just wanna love it like that. Love me right back.
Long before he became J-Hope, Jungkook was already known in his hometown for his dancing skills. He performed under the name Smile Hoya and won multiple dance competitions. And here's something many fans don't know. Before joining BigHit, Jungkook was actually accepted into JYP Entertainment.
It's another JYP.
One of the biggest companies in Korea, but eventually he had to leave. And what is even devastating that it's the story of 99% of the trainees who passed the audition. One trainee who trained with BTS was originally expected to debut with them, which means BTS once planned to have 8 members in the group. We'll come back to that story later. Make sure you stay till the end. Every ARMY should know about the closest BTS trainee friend who could be the member of BTS and would be taking his name in fan chat as well. Now imagine being a teenager, getting accepted into one of the biggest company in the industry, then suddenly losing that opportunity. Most people would have given up. Hoseok didn't. Instead, he auditioned for a much smaller company, a company very few people believed in, BigHit Entertainment. And looking back now, that JYP rejection may have been one of the best things that ever happened, because without it, there may never have been BTS we know now. BigHit now had rappers, producers, dancers, but they still need vocalists. And the next member joined the story in one of the most unexpected way possible. By simply choosing to go university that day. His name was Kim Seok-jin.
Don't tell me that you're gonna miss me.
Like RM, SUGA and J-Hope, Jin wasn't chasing a music career. He wasn't an underground rapper or a dancer or training to become an idol. His dream was acting. In fact, even after debuting with BTS, he continued his studies in acting major at university. So while one day walking on street, he was approached by a BigHit casting agent. At first, he thought it was a scam, and honestly, who wouldn't? Imagine a complete stranger suddenly telling you that you should become an idol in their company just because you look good. And the company is not even mid-level, it's about to go bankrupt. But eventually, Jin decided to give it a chance, and that single decision changed his life forever. Jin came from a relatively comfortable background, but what's interesting is how different Jin and SUGA were. In Suchita, Jin talked about living in present, not constantly worrying about tomorrow. Why he thought that, in my opinion, he comes from a privileged background where he had an option to choose acting, but mostly parents are always against it because of finances and uncertainty. Yoongi often spoke about the pressure he felt growing up and always worried about his future, because he has seen situations where he had to choose between eating food or take bus. He had to walk in dark for hours if he chose eating a bowl of ramen costing less than $1. While Jin was learning how to become an idol, a teenager from Busan was about to make a decision that would change BTS forever. Jungkook. Today we know him as Golden Magne, but before all these titles, he was simply a teenager with an incredible voice. In 2011, Jungkook participated in Superstar K. He didn't make it very far, but something unexpected happened. Multiple entertainment companies noticed him. Suddenly, this young teenager had options, and not just small companies, even some biggest agencies of Korea wanted him. So why did he choose a company going bankrupt? Because of RM. When Jungkook first saw RM, he was wearing just his underwear, and our little boy got impressed by RM's honey thighs. That's the joke which is growing inside the fandom for so long. Jungkook was actually impressed by RM's talent. He believed he could learn from him.
And don't tell me like gotta be a someone.
Think about that for a second. Today people see BTS as 7 members, but back then, BTS was still mostly an idea built around RM, and somehow Jungkook saw that potential. At an age of 13, when most teenagers were still figuring out life, he was taking such life decisions. The group was finally starting to take shape, but there were still 2 missing pieces, and one of them almost never auditioned at all: Kim Taehyung. Unlike most future idols, Taehyung didn't grow up dreaming about fame. He spent much of his childhood in the countryside. For a large part of his early life, he was raised by his grandmother, someone he often describes as one of the most important people in his life. Taehyung imagined a normal life, maybe becoming a farmer one day. Music wasn't always the plan. Then one day, he accompanied a friend to an audition. He was just there for support, but eventually, he was encouraged to audition too, and he passed. In fact, among the people who came that day to audition, Taehyung was the only one selected. And what happened to his friend?
What happened to your friend?
탈락했죠.
From that moment, everything changed. What's even interesting is that BigHit kept him hidden for the longest time. While other trainees appeared in content, Taehyung was rarely seen. Many fans later made narratives that BigHit kept him hidden because he looked good, and big companies might give him better options and take him away. But before BTS could become 7, one final member still needed to arrive: Jimin. If there's one member whose debut was never guaranteed, it might be Jimin. Unlike several of the other members, he joined surprisingly late. May 15, 2012. He wasn't supposed to make debut just after 12 months. When he arrived, the pressure was enormous. Every single day felt uncertain. Becoming a BTS member required much more than dance. He had to learn idol performance, hip-hop choreography, singing, stage presence, and he had very little time. The members have often talked how hard he worked, practicing until dawn, sleeping only for a few hours, then repeating the cycle again. And remember, something that's already demanding, he was attending school, he was full-time student. After cutting down from team multiple times, he was able to become the final member in the lineup. The 7-member team was completed. But at what cost? A trainee many fans don't even know existed. His name was Kim Ji-hoon. In 2011, Ji-hoon passed his BigHit audition on the very first try. He moved into the same small dorm, trained alongside the members, ate with them, laughed with them, dreamt with them. For all practical purposes, he was part of the BTS. The members were incredibly close to him. In fact, Ji-hoon often looked after the younger members. When Jungkook felt homesick after leaving Busan, Ji-hoon would buy him fried chicken and take care of him. Just before debut, BigHit made a decision. Ji-hoon was called into the office, and when he walked out, his dream was over. He was a break dancer and his skill set didn't match the future of BTS. Imagine training for years, living with the members, believing you are only months away from debut, then suddenly being told you're not making it. The news devastated everyone. RM reportedly questioned the decision. Jungkook and Taehyung even cried. Yoongi was furious. And if you think that's the end of the story, no, it's not. He struggled with depression, but despite everything, the members never forgot him. Years later, on his high school graduation day, BTS secretly showed up to support him. Think about that for a second. Even while chasing their own impossible dream, they still made time for him. Today, Jimin lives a normal life, doing a normal job. He doesn't talk about missing the fame. He doesn't talk about losing the money. He simply misses his friends. That might be the saddest part. Success pulled them in different directions. Schedules became impossible. Life changed. Jimin was originally the 8th member of BTS if we consider Jihoon's presence. Because he was the last to join BigHit, he joined in 2012. But now his unique voice became the watermark of BTS songs. Coming to 2012 again, nothing was guaranteed. The company was struggling financially, the members were still trainees, and the future remained uncertain. During this period, SUGA suffered a serious shoulder injury while working a delivery job, an injury that would affect him for years. He hid the pain because he feared it could impact his chances of debuting. Eventually, that injury led to surgery in 2020. Around the same time, another challenge appeared. In 2012, J-Hope almost left the team. For a moment, it genuinely seemed impossible that BTS would ever debut at 7. But the members fought for each other. Jungkook encouraged Hoseok to stay. RM believed BTS wasn't complete without him. Eventually, J-Hope returned. Just like that, the final lineup was born.